Imagine earning thousands in passive income without lifting a finger. How? With CrewAI, the ultimate YouTube automation system that works while you're asleep. Yes, you can automate your YouTube channel and make money 24/7 with zero effort. Just let AI do the work for you. Sounds incredible, right? I'm Florence, and today I'm going to show you how you can fully automate your YouTube channel even if you're not a developer. We will explore the magic of CrewAI and break down the entire YouTube automation process into easy steps, focusing on the parts that require the most creativity. Here's what we cover. First, find trending and profitable topics. Second, craft compelling and clickable titles 100% automated. In this video, we are diving into the first two crucial phases, choosing the perfect video topic and crafting a title that guarantees clicks. These steps usually require the most creativity, but with AI, you can easily automate them. And the best part, you will learn how to do it today, right now. So let's start. Okay, so let's jump right into the code. So, the first thing what we're gonna do is we see that we have a virtual environment set up. So how you're gonna do that? You're gonna do that with the virtual environment. So what you're gonna do is you do pip install virtual environment. That's the first thing what you do, and then you activate your virtual environment by writing source bin activate. And if you use fish, as I do, you have to do add.fish. If you don't use that, it's just like that, and then you have it activated. This is very crucial if you're working with Python, and because you don't want to install all your package globally, you want to install it locally. And by the way, if you don't have Python yet installed, you have to install it. And I recommend you to do it with ChatGPT. If you get stuck in anything, just ask ChatGPT, and ChatGPT will help you and guide you through the process of installing Python. Python is crucial for this process, as CrewAI works with Python. Okay, so we have the virtual environment activated right now. If you use Visual Studio Code, Visual Studio Code does it for you. You don't have to do it manually with this command you see here. You do it like, if you have a Python file, you can here select your virtual environment. And if you have one in your folder which you set up, then you can just select it and Visual Studio Code will do everything automatically for you. Okay, so now, why is this not closing? Okay, we selected. Okay, whatever. Now, what we're gonna do now is we have to install some dependencies. So we have virtual environment. Of course, we will need CrewAI, so we're gonna do that, pip install CrewAI. Then the next thing is we're gonna need CrewAI tools, which you install like that. CrewAI tools. And finally, we have to install, if you want to use it, if you want to use Grok, which I hardly recommend to play around with it, then you need to install pip install LangChain Grok. I will link all of those, well, not link, I will add all of these to the description below, so check the description below and then you can just copy paste those. Okay, perfect. So this is what we have, and yeah, one more thing that we're gonna work is with some API keys. So what you're gonna need is the API key of OpenAI. And I'm gonna show you how you're gonna get this one. And this is very simple. You just follow the following link one second, the following link, which is this one. So if you go here, you can just create a new secret key and then copy paste it. I will show you where you copy paste it soon, because we're going to use environment variables. And for Grok, you just gonna go here and then you get the Grok API key. Same thing, you just create it and copy paste it. Good. So that is set up. So what we're gonna do then is you have like, you create a file .environment, which looks exactly like this. And here you just enter all the keys. And one more thing that you're gonna need, because our agents are going to do a YouTube research, so we need as well a YouTube API key. To get this key is a little bit more complicated, yes, you can just do it with ChatGPT, and ChatGPT will guide you through the process of getting this key. I did the same thing. I had no idea how to get it. I just did it with ChatGPT. It was easy. It was very fast and easy. Okay, so what we're gonna do now is we start with our base structure of the project. If you work with CrewAI, it's best practice to kind of separate your tasks and your agents in different files. So for that, what we're gonna do, we have our main file, which is the file which will start everything, and then we have our tasks.py and we have our agents.py. And then if you want to use tools with CrewAI, you as well need the tools folder. So we create a new folder, which is then tools. And here then later we're gonna add our tools. Okay. So first of all, we're gonna start with the base structure of our main file, which will start everything. So what we're gonna need is agents. In CrewAI, you work with agents. Agents is a little bit like working with ChatGPT, only that you can kind of automate ChatGPT. Everything what I show you right now, you could do with ChatGPT, but then it wouldn't be automated. And what we want here is like automation, like true automation, YouTube automation. So let's now set up our agents, and then I'm gonna explain you how to do that. So first of all, we need the YouTube manager, which is agents YouTube manager. This agent, which I will show you soon in detail, will just manage the whole process. And then we have the research manager, it's like agents.research manager, and the research manager actually gonna use a tool which we call like the research tool. YouTube research tool. Okay. And then finally we have the title creator, which is the agent's title creator. Those are our agents which we're gonna need. Right now you see, okay, we have like this kind of error messages is because we did not import anything, we did not set those things up. It usually helps me if I start a project to start like with a base structure, and then I add the things step by step, and then step by step we're gonna eliminate all of this, let's call error messages. So next thing what we're gonna do is we set up the tasks. So we have a task called create video suggestions is equal to tasks dot create video suggestions. And here we're going to input, we have to define an agent who's going to work with that. Agent is equal to YouTube manager. No, sorry, this is the title creator. And then we need the topic actually. The topic we did not define yet. So our videos titles that our AI shall come up with has to be a specific topic. So I prepared a little topic here. I just gonna paste it because we're gonna use it. And here what we want is at the end, at the result, we want suggestions of titles of top 10, top 50, top videos, top most expensive cars, top most beautiful places in the world, things like that, with like people really like to watch, and they're like there are already some YouTube channels which use exactly these kind of topics. And with ChatGPT and with the help of large language model, it's super easy to come up with new topics like that, because it has like this extreme knowledge. And with this extreme knowledge, it's very easy to come up with these top N videos. Okay, so what we have to add here is the video topic, and which is the content topic. So this is our first task we just created, and then we need some more tasks. Is like manage YouTube video research. And here again we have to add the agents, which is the research manager, and we do add the video topic. So what happened if those tasks are going to be run is, the first thing, we get some video suggestions, and the second thing is we do research on YouTube. And I will go into details very soon. So we did that so far. So what we want to do now is like, then as a final step is to improve video titles. And here again, we put the same things, the agents, the title creator, and the content topic. Very good. So this is done for now. And basically, of course, we have to add many things now, but basically this is our structure. And now we want to kick off the crew. I mean, you have to, in CrewAI, you have to, define your crew and then kick it off. So crew is equal to crew. And then we have to add our agents. And those are our agents. And then we have to define the tasks, which are our tasks. Here it's very important that those tasks are in order. So first we create the video suggestions, then we manage the video research, and then we improve the video titles. And this is basically it. One more thing that we want is a manager LLM. LLM is equal to manager LLM. And here we actually use a constant, so we use capital letter manager model. Okay, so to be flexible with those things, and here we need to close our thing, then this one is happy. Okay, so now we have this, and one more step we're gonna do to kick it off. So for kicking it off and getting some details, we have to do like results ist gleich crew dot kickoff, and then we want to print crew usage, and this is it's not like that. Our auto completion does not crew usage metrics. Exactly. And of course we want to print the results. Print our results, exactly. So now we kind of are good with our base structure. We have our agents defined, we have our task defined, and we have we did the setup of the general setting of our crew, which we're gonna kick off soon. Okay, that is done. Now, one more last step I want to show you is I programmed this in a way, or developed it in a way that you can do some individualizations, like some individual setup. So additional to the content topic, we gonna do some more things. So, and this is, we want to choose the models which will be used. So in this case, we have the most powerful model of OpenAI, which is GPT-4o, and the fastest and cheapest model, which is GPT 3.5 Turbo. And then we have another model, which is Grok, which is extremely fast, and right now it's totally for free. And I showed you how to get the API key for that, if you want to use it. And this one is very nice because it's very fast. What you have to consider if you use it right now, there are many users want to use it, so it is actually to get out, if you usually get into a queue, and then it's not that fast, but if you get through it, then it's very fast. So we have the manager model and the agents model. What's the difference of those? The manager model is like the coordinator of the other agents. So for this one, you usually want to use a model which is like very intelligent, which is like a high performance model. So like GPT-4, or you can even use Llama 70B parameter model. And for the agents, then you could use less powerful models, for example, GPT 3.5. Why you want to do that? For cost efficiency and sometimes for speed. Because the more powerful the model, the more expensive it is. So the setup I have right now, if you run it with GPT-4, it costs you around, one run costs you around 5 cents. And the more, of course, if you individualize it, you will get different costs output. But it's doing something that would take you personally, I would say like, I don't know, half an hour or 1 hour or 2 hours. And it's just done in 20 seconds, 30 seconds, and it costs you 5 cents. And if you consider like that if it saves you so much time, then I think a little money to invest is definitely worth the thing. Okay, so this is what we set up right now. This is pretty good. What else is missing? Let's see. So, what else we gonna need? What else we gonna need? We gonna need now. Yeah, I think we can start from the top and go down to the bottom. So I would say we start with some imports. So I'm gonna add all of these imports. I don't want to type all of those now. That will take a while, so we don't do that. Okay. So yeah. So I think we go from the top to the bottom. So we start with our agents right now. So we do our agents, and here I prepared them already, and then I'm just gonna explain them step by step. So what we're gonna do, When we use our agents, first of all, we have the init, and we pass the agent model the title suggestion amount and the title result amount. So what is this? The title suggestion amount is the amount of titles that will be suggested at the beginning from the AI. For example, 2 titles could be most expensive cars in the world and most beautiful beaches in the world. And then for these 2 suggestions, we're gonna do a research, but so that we come later. So we define those that we can use later in the actually agents. So in CrewAI, what you want to do is each agent has a role, a goal, and a backstory. The role, you can be quite creative with it. It's not that important how you call it. But one difference, for example, if you want to set up a marketing agent, it's usually good to say it's a senior marketing agent. Only by defining that, the agent has already more context and knows that it's like an experienced agent. So what is very important to set the goal? So in this case, as it's our manager model, it's like to oversee the process of title creation of YouTube videos for a given topic. So it's basically just coordinating the whole process. And the backstory is, as a methodical and detail-oriented manager, you're responsible for overseeing the preparation of YouTube video titles. You take care that the process does not lead to endless loops and that the titles are relevant to the content topic. So basically, you give some context that it does not go into endless loops, that it's like coordinating everything well. The research manager, here's the difference to the one basic difference to all the other agents that you're gonna see is that it's using a tool. So in this case, it's using the research tool and it decides itself what to put into this tool. So which is the research keyword, for example, to do this research. Here again, we have the role, goal, and backstory. As is the YouTube research agent, your goal is to do precise and focused research on YouTube videos. And the backstory, you are very experienced in the field of YouTube video research. And you decide what data to return to the YouTube manager. Focus on the data that is relevant. And this is very important. We want only to return relevant data. If it does a research and we have some videos like that have like 0 views or like not views at all or like published like, I don't know, 50 years ago, those we don't want it to consider. And then finally we have the title creator. This is maybe the most creative of all of these agents, which is creating our YouTube video titles. So you come up with a high engaging YouTube titles, which will lead to high click-through rates. And this is important because we don't just want any titles, we want titles which have a very high click-through rate. And then the backstory, you're an experienced title creator, you know how to create titles that are engaging and will lead to high click-through rates. You're using your experience to create titles that are relevant to the content topic. And here again, this part is important because we don't want it to create like any titles. They should relevant to the content topic. Okay, so those are the agents. And we're gonna save it. And now we can jump. We have to do some little more setups for our agents here. So this one is now green, but we did not define them yet. So we have to do, let's do it here. Agents is equal to this, and then we're gonna pass in the things. So let's verify if all of that Exactly. And then we have, okay, this was the agent part. So this is now used, this is good. And concerning our agents, we are quite good. What is missing is a tool. This we will do soon. But now let's focus on the task. And I think the task is kind of the most important thing to consider if you set up your agents. And here you can do the most individualizations. So here again, we use the title suggestion amount and the title result amount. This I already explained. So we have here the 3 tasks that we set up here already. Here are our 3 tasks. And, oops, sorry, my bad. We want it here, of course, in the task file. Agents, task. Okay. Sorry for that. Okay, so first thing, we want to create the video suggestions. So create potential titles for a given YouTube video topic. Your job is to create self-titled suggestions. Is to create the suggestion amount. The suggestion amount we have here is, so it's 2. So it's to create 2 titles which are relevant to the given video topic, which we have here. So, which is in this case, top 10 videos. And have the potential target viewers to get real. Okay, very straightforward. And here what is important, you have the description, you define an agent, which we do. And what is important that we have, here you have to be very clear what is the expected output. In our case, it's very simple, a list of, in this case, 2 titles, 2 video titles. And in this here you can actually give examples too. So if you want the titles to have a specific style at the end, then you define it here. Now, we have our research agent. And our research agent, well, it's quite simple what it does. For a given title, you do a YouTube research. This research list will be used by other agents to help them generate titles. And how we want to look at we have the title of the video, the view count, days since published, channel subscriber count, and the video URL. And one thing which is, for example, if you run your agents and if you notice, oh, it's good, the result, but I have many duplicate videos. So then in the task, you want to give this additional information, because agent developing is not, it's not like you just write down all your descriptions and then you run it and that's it. No, it's like an iteration. You run it, you improve it, you run it, you improve it, till you're very happy with your result. So what you have to do is to say, okay, I don't want any duplicates. And another thing, it's super important that you only populate the research list with real videos. So as we are talking here about large language model, they like to hallucinate. To avoid this hallucinating, you have to be precise, telling it, don't do it. Don't imagine anything, just take the result of the research. Exactly. And then here again, you want the output in a specific structure, because as said before already, AI large language models tend to give like fuzzy outputs, but we want structured output in this case. So we give a very clear example what we expected as the output. And then finally, we want to improve the video titles, because at the beginning, of course, we had already some titles, but those were did not backed up by data. But what we want is video titles backed up by data. So with a given research data, which is this data, you come up with a list of YouTube titles. Take this information into consideration to create even better titles. The title should be less than 70 characters and should have a high click-through rate. The suggestion video's title should fit the given video topic, which we defined before. The title should catch up the style of the research data. but should be unique and creative. They should not be the same as the research data. So this is very important. We want it to be creative. We don't want it to just copy paste the research data. We want to improve it because we want to create something new, not totally new. We don't want to reinvent the wheel, but it has to be new because, well, we want high click-through rates. We want lots of clicks up YouTube that we can again generate this passive income. So yeah, the new video titles should be only inspired by the most successful video titles. Makes sense because we don't want titles as inspiration which has like very few clicks and very few views. So take the best ones. And here another important part, if you do prompting, if you prompt, give the large language model a chance to think, to reason. And how we do that, we tell it, okay, first you're gonna write down the reasoning why you think the most successful videos are successful. And then use this information for the new titles. So take it into consideration. And then at the end, we gave it some examples of some good YouTube titles. And the expected output is again just a list of result amount, which is like 10. So in this case, we want 10 titles which are fitting to our needs. Okay, so that's it pretty much for our titles, for our tasks. This, as said, this is like the most important part, I would say. And we have the task done. And what we want is, this thing is not happy yet. So we have to do is like YouTube video task, and we want to put these two things in. And I think I have to put in as well. No, that's it. Okay, perfect. So many, let's call it error messages or error notifications are done. The only thing what is missing is our YouTube research tool. And this we're gonna do now. So we're gonna call it like that. Like that, new file, and we call it like that, .py. And here then we're gonna add our tools, which I prepared too, and which is this one. And what is happening here? So yeah, as we don't want really fuzzy output, we define a very clear structure how the data should look like for those video details. So what it should contain is a video ID, a title, channel ID, channel title, days since published, view count, like count, dislike count, comment count, and channel subscriber count. And how we get all of this data, we do first one API call, which gets us a list of search results, in this case 5. Here you can just add another number. The more you put, the more data of course you get, and probably the better your title is gonna be. But in this case, as it's a demo, I just put 5. You can put here any number, and the higher the number, the more results you're gonna get. And then for each result that you got with this research, we're gonna get some more additional data, because with the first request we get only like not only few data, not like all of the data. And because, for example, we don't have the likes of the videos and we don't have the views of the videos, we have only the titles of the videos, the ID and things like that. And we want to like the channel subscriber count, things like that, which are important data. And this we do with a second API call, which we're gonna do here. And then we just create a big object, a list of objects, and return it to the manager at the end. yeah, that's basically it. So our tools are defined. And yeah, if you have any questions about your tool, just copy paste the code into ChatGPT and ask it. And if you want to individualize it, just do it with ChatGPT. Okay, so we have to define our tool. So YouTube research tool equals the tool. And now it is perfect for setting it set up. And I would say we just test it out. And for that, I'm gonna jump into the terminal. And here we are in the project. I ran it already previously. Now, yeah, well, let's just run it and see what is actually happening. And then we are actually already set up. And okay, so here we did some spelling we did some spelling mistakes, which is in line 61. Okay, so in task, manage YouTube video research, this is called a little different. So I defined it here, so we have this one. That's already it. Let's see. Yeah, perfect. Now our crew is starting to run. Here we have our 2 suggestions. And for each of those suggestions, it's supposed to doing the research now. We have the first research. We have the second research. Now it's like putting everything together. And then at the end, you will get hopefully a very good result. Here we have our whole research. So you can see for the first video, which is like top 10 most beautiful places in the world, visit 23, which is exactly this one, the first suggestion. We have this results. So, and it has like it has pretty good view counts. Some have, some don't have, so we can already get an idea which vibe you have to catch up for titles that create very high click-through rates. And then with all of this information, it comes up with the reasoning, and it considers this reasoning to create another list of top 10 inspired titles. And that's it. So we have this whole run. Here you have like a short overview of how many tokens it took, how many requests it did. Yeah, and that's pretty much it. So these titles you can definitely use for new videos that you want to create. I think the title is the most difficult challenge, and then in further videos I'm just gonna explain you how you can create then the descriptions and the video and so on. Yeah, thanks a lot for watching. If you like the video, feel free to leave a like and maybe subscribe to my channel. And yes, have a very nice day. Ciao, ciao.